Well, it's Saturday the 18th of June. This is episode 22-24 of 301 Permanently Moved Online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded and edited by me, at the JMO. I have 5 copies of my zine left. If you'd like one, fund the show at £5 a month or more at thejmo.net/support, and I'll send it you via snail mail. This week, I received my contributor's copy of Lost Zone, Hiking the Dawn of the Metaverse. It's about the early 90s virtual world, Active Worlds. Link in the show notes. Today's episode is inspired, in part, by an observation in the book from artist Alice Dos Reis. World building is now roughly a 50-year-old discipline, but our understanding of worlds of all kinds is still in its infancy. My interest, of course, is how we go about running worlds once we've built them. The video games industry is the current cultural custodian of virtual worlds, but we should make the distinction between the game and the world. The former takes place inside the latter. People, rightly, are sceptical about the metaverse stuff Facebook is trying to sell us. But Facebook, I'd argue, is already a world, one with 2.9 billion active users. The biggest game in the world right now, in contrast, is PUBG, with an active player base of around 100 million. In second place is Minecraft, with 95 million players, though more influential. Fortnite, for all its cultural relevance, is down in fourth place with 45 million players. Combined, PUBG and Fortnite have an active user count of 145 million people. But there's 8 billion people on the planet, and 2.9 billion of them are on Facebook. So in the grand scheme of things, PUBG and Fortnite are quite niche. So what kind of world are these niche pioneers hanging out in? Here's Alice Dos Reis' brilliant observation in Lost Zone. You're parachuted, literally, onto an island together with 100 other online players. The objective is to eliminate everyone else until you are left alone as the only remaining survivor. Chilling. The irony in Fortnite is that if you win the game, you're left alone in an empty scenario. The average lifespan of a player in a game of PUBG is somewhere in the region of 12 minutes. The maximum amount of time you could spend in the world is just 33. The ultimate victory condition of the most popular online worlds right now is to be left alone. A perfect metaphor for where we are as a society. Twitter is also an online world, a world where people with different playstyles are all forced onto the same PvP server. At least games have a victory condition. You lose at Twitter by being the main character, which may mean losing your friends, job and livelihood, possibly being a social pariah forever. High stakes indeed. In contrast, we have Minecraft, the biggest selling game of all time, with roughly 250 million units sold. With an active player base of around 95 million, 2/5 of people who played it stuck around. The important element of Minecraft is not the different types of game modes, but the hosting of worlds and private servers. Do you know about 2B2T, aka 2 Builders 2 Tools? It's a private Minecraft server founded in December 2010. It's also possibly the most famous. In the 12 years that the world server has been live, it's never been reset. Griefing and hacking are common with no risk of getting banned. It's also an anarchy server with virtually no rules or authority. Wild. The server is also permanently set to hard difficulty, and player versus player combat is enabled throughout. Over 724,000 players have explored the map, resulting in a world size on disk of around 13.3 terabytes. In the show notes, I'll link to some extended histories of 2B2T. As you would expect, it's a nexus for the worst of gaming culture, but in my opinion, also the very best. The world's landscape has been permanently scarred by warring factions, and with 12 years of history, it has generated a truly immense amount of lore. But I never see Web3 or Metaverse people talk about 2B2T, yet it's such an important place. Another important Minecraft phenomena is Dream SMP, an invite-only server founded by YouTubers Dream and George Not Found in 2020, a place where YouTubers and streamers alongside other Minecraft content creators roleplay as fictionalized versions of themselves. The whole world has a loose overarching storyline, and viewers often follow those storylines from the point of view of their favourite creators. Truly astonishing is the fact that an improvised narrative or real-time soap opera in a gaming medium can generate such a huge audience. One streamer performing in Dream SMP might have, say, 50,000 people watching at any one time, but I've seen shock on media people's faces when I tell them that all the role-playing streamers might have more than 20,000 people watching too, meaning, in total, there could be 250,000 people watching the drama unfold from different points of view. Bigger audiences than live TV. Compare social worlds with hostile worlds like Fortnite and PUBG. I believe that as a society we have a choice. Either we embrace online collaboration and interaction through the lens of worlds, or we can continue to think of them as platforms born from Web 2. If they remain platforms, well, things may not improve for a generation. If they can become worlds in our minds, then the dream of cyberspace can be reinvigorated. Because in the words of Ursula Le Guin, How you play is what you win.